I'm Shabnam Nair from the English department, and my topic here is communication skills and the importance of communication skills. And English is a worldwide language, and it also stays in first rank in all over the countries as like USA, UK, Canada and Austria. And it also in our country English plays an important role. It is an official language, and it is an official language. Now here the students have occurred with so many errors when they started talking in English, or when they started speaking in English, or in the medium of the writing. In our country, we have wide spectrum of all cultures and the languages. It serves as a bridge between the two cultures, is like in the way of the communication. In the communication skills, we have turned to three skills, like verbal, non-verbal and the written communication. The verbal and the written communication is nothing but speaking and the writing. And the verbal communication, so in speaking, the fluency and the spontaneity is very important when the student or the ESL learner, one who speaks. And in the written communication, where they have a gap, where they have a space of writing, they can think and write. If they commit error, they can also rewrite it. So in a non-verbal communication is also includes some of gestures and the actions. For an example, I may say that in my alarm clocks rings in the morning, I can understood the time is 5. I have to wake. That's sort of a non-verbal communication. So when the ESL learner, when they started learning a language, at first what they have to do, the first thing is as our native language, how we taught it is the same thing should be implemented in learning a second language. For an example, as a kid, when he or she started learning a language at the age of 1 year or 1.5 years, he do the first thing, he listen to our conversation, and then he listen to the conversation what we speak, and he try to repeat, or he or she is try to reproduce the same word either way. So say he may or she may acquire with some pronunciation error or the meaning, but still he is keeping on involving in the process, and he is trying to learn. We were not taught the grammar at the beginning, but still as a native language, the learning the process, it includes the first is listening. We listen to a conversation, we try to reproduce it, and we involve the conversation. We make the circle, we make our situation or the circumference in the way of the speaking, and we involved in the way, and as well as finally we taught some grammar. We identify the errors what we did. As when we started learning, the third process includes. So the subject and the verb are the two pillars of when we construct a sentence, even in the speaking or in the way of writing. So when the subject and the verb, the both things or agrees with the sentence, will goes on it will get the full structure. The rest of the sentences, it is not a main task to complete. When the subject is agrees with the verb, and the verb should be agrees with the subject, these are all the main pillars we should learn when we started learning a language, when we constructing a sentence or in the speaking or in the writing. Here is my topic is agreement of the subject and the verb. Here we have some of examples. Here we have some of examples of singular subject should carry a singular verb. A singular verb should carry a singular subject. This girl sings well. Here in the sentence, this girl is a subject which denotes a singular subject, and sings is a singular verb. So this girl sings well. In the next sentence, a rose smells good. Here a rose is a singular, one rose. A rose smells good. A singular subject agrees with a singular verb. My friend stays here. As the same. So in the next one, the plural subject agrees with A plural subject agrees with a plural form. The same sentences are in the different format. These girls sing well. These girls, the group of girls. So the group of girls is considered as a plural subject and it agrees with a plural verb, that is sing. And roses, here is a bunch of roses, maybe. Yes, some of roses smell good and my friends stays here. And next, the compound nouns. When the two subject or the two nouns combined by and it generally takes a plural form. It generally takes a plural form. For an example, Ramu and Gopu are close friends. Here Ramu is one subject and Gopu is another subject. It was connected by and the verb form is plural form, that is are close friends. So here we have two compound nouns, one is Ramu, other one is Gopu, and it means that it is plural and we used are as a plural verb. And generally, occasionally when the two nouns when combined together by and it says a single, it says express one idea that is considered as one meaning, that is singular. We have to use a singular meaning. Here in the example, but they are Ramu and Gopu are close friends, but their taste and habits differ, while bread and butter is Ramu's favorite food. Here bread and butter, it combines as it expresses a single idea, so it is we have to used a singular form of the verb, as well as idli and sambar is Gopu's speciality. Here again idli and sambar is considered as one single idea, one single expression, so we should use a singular form of the verb. The next one, that is when the two compound nouns are when the two compound nouns are joined by and expressing different things, the qualifying word should be repeated with each noun, which means, right, so where we have said bread and butter, it expresses a single expression, single idea. Here my guardian and my friend know about me. Here my guardian is a different person and my friend is another different person. So two different person is combined together with and we should use the plural form of the verb. And here when the two or two and more subjects combined by and expressing a same person, expressing a same thing, or say the singular verb is used. Here my guide, my guardian and friend is my father. The father plays three roles, is like a guide, he is like a guardian and he is like a friend. So he is playing a three role, that is the father is a one single person is a three role, where so the singular is used. My friend and confident is my pet. The pet dog plays a two role of a friend and confident. The next, so using of either or, neither nor, or nor in a sentence. So when the sentence is combined together with either or neither nor, the singular form is used. If the subjects are singular, the singular form is used. Here neither neither Raju or Somu has come to the meeting. Here neither Raju or Somu, either Raju may come or else Somu may come. Here the singular form of the verb should be used, and as well as Bala or Gopu is sure to win the prize. Here is the same expression is expressed, that Bala or Gopu, either Bala may or the Gopu may come. Sure, the one person sure to win the prize. So either or, neither nor, if the words are combined with the either or, neither nor, the singular phrase, the singular form of the verb should be used. And the next sentence, either the same word either or, neither nor combined with the either or, neither nor, combined with the plural subjects. Here the Suresh is a singular, his brother, neither Suresh nor his brothers. Here the brother is a plural subject where the verb agrees the plural verb. So here in the sentence, the subject, if the subject is a plural form, the nearer by, the verb nearer subject is a plural, the verb agrees with the plural form. The neither Suresh nor his brother approve the project. Neither, and occasionally we can also come forward to say something in pronoun, either she or I. Here she as a pronoun and I as a pronoun, and here, and if we are pronouncing, if we are pronoun something, so I is always comes as a second subject. I is followed by a singular form, that is I am attending the conference. So singular subjects, singular subjects like as well as, altogether, and along with. So these words, we have these words are called as modifying elements. Modifying elements, these, if we have these words in a sentence, we have to see the first subject. If the first subject is singular, we should use singular form of the verb. If the first subject is plural, we can use the plural form of the verb. For an example, the president. And also here we have to notice one thing, that the words set off by commas, only then we can know the clear meaning of the particular sentence. Here the president, comma, with the members of the trust, comma, has arrived. Here with is the modifying element here. Even though the second subject, the members of the trust, is a plural, we should see the first subject. If the first subject is singular, the verb agree with the first subject. So we are using has arrived, the president. The subject occurs with the verb. The next sentence, the delinquent as well as his mother and the father. Here we have two compound as well as one subject. The delinquent. So the delinquent, that is the first subject that the verb is agrees with. The delinquent as well as his mother and father was. Here the verb is a singular. So we have used the delinquent as a singular subject, as we have to use was as a singular verb in the detention hall. So here and there. So here and there are called as dummy subjects. Dummy subjects. Here and there are called as dummy subjects here, because if the sentence starts with here or there, this is called as a dummy subject. We should not see the subject. We have to look after the real subject of the sentence. For an example, here are the papers you gave me. In the sentence, the papers are the real subject, not here. So the papers is a plural form, so I am using here the plural verb, the papers. The verb follows the subject. If the subject is singular, we have to use singular form. If the subject is plural, we have to use a plural form. The first sentence conveys the message that the plural, because the paper is a plural form and we should use a plural form of the verb. The next is, here is my answer. Here the answer is a singular one, so we used is. So we should not see the here or there in a sentence, because these words are called as a dummy subjects, and we should see the verb follows the subject. And there is a secret. Here a secret conveys that is a singular form, so is placed here as a singular verb. And there are a lot of stars in the sky. The lot of stars, which means that we have so many stars in the sky, that is the plural form. So we used a plural form of the verb here in the last sentence. And the relative pronouns. The relative pronouns are like who, which, that. or if we have who, which, that, the relative pronouns in the sentences, we should see the subject. If the subject plays an important role here, if the subject is singular, we should use a singular form. The subject is plural, and the plural form of the verb. The same thing is here. The student who works hard. The student is a singular subject, so we used works. The student who works hard will succeed. So works. In the next sentence, the same sentence in the different form, that is in a plural form. The students, it conveyed that the plural form who work hard will succeed. Here work is a plural form of the verb. And the last sentence, occasionally the sentence may start with only one. If the sentence starts with only one, we take it as a whole unit. Even though we have a plural subject inside, we should take it as a whole unit. Only one is conveyed as a whole unit, we should use a singular form of the verb. For an example, only one of them, even though them is a plural form, but we should consider as only one. So it is a whole unit, we should use is. There is a singular form of the verb. Only one of them is standing in the bus stop. So only one is placed in a sentence, we should consider that is a whole group, and we have to use a singular singular verb. So indefinite pronouns. So the next, indefinite pronouns or the indefinite singular pronouns are like nobody, somebody, somehow, somebody, everybody, many, each, everything, something, nothing, either, or should be followed. Only these words, these indefinite pronouns or the word should be followed by the singular form of the verb. So nobody works hard. Nobody in the sense there is nothing. So nobody works hard, it conveys a singular meaning, and works harder than Alex. Next sentence, someone has broken the chair. The someone, any particular one person is broken the chair. So someone has broken the chair, which means someone is considered as a singular form, so we have to use a singular form of the verb. And nothing is important and something is better than nothing. Here something is better than nothing, and again the something is considered as a singular form, so we should use a singular form of the verb. So here, indefinite pronouns, some indefinite pronouns, these indefinite pronouns should followed by a singular form of the verb. And indefinite pronouns like a few, both, many, these pronouns are plural form. These pronouns are in the plural form. So for an example, many have invited for the party. Here many is considered as a plural form. Have been invited. Here have is the plural form we used. Have been invited for the party, and but a few are sure to come. A few is the plural subject, so we should use a plural form of the verb. However, Lekha and Lakshmi have informed me that both are coming. Both, again the both is a plural form of the verb subject, and we should use a plural form of the verb. And few indefinite pronouns are like more, many, all, some, more, many, all, some, and most. These are all depends on the sentence, it will change. So this may be in the singular form or else in the plural form. It depends on the prepositional phrase we used. These prepositional phrase helps us to indicate whether the subject is singular or else the plural. The same thing, most of the trees are dying. Here the most of the trees, here the trees is a subject and the most. Here the of is a prepositional phrase. It helps that the subject is the singular or the plural. And the trees or the plural plural word and we should use a plural form of the verb. And also here we have to notice that if it is a countable one, so trees are countables, so if it is a countable one we should use a plural form, and if it is uncountables we have to use a singular form. And none of this snow we cannot count it, so it denotes that this is an uncountable. So none of this snow has melted. Here we are using a singular form it because of that the prepositional phrase of the subject indicates this is singular, and we declare that the snow is uncountable, so it calls it as a singular form and it follows up the singular form of the verb. And some of the salt, again we cannot count the salt number, so it is also denotes that it is uncountable, so we have to use a singular form of the verb. Some of the salt was spilled on the floor. So nouns with the plural form, for an example, it may ends in s, but it is not a plural. For an example, mathematics, civics, physics, news. These words are ends with s, but that may a form of a plural, but the form is the correct form is that is singular. We should not use in a plural form. So mathematics is a easy subject. So mathematics it may looks like a plural, but it is a singular word. So mathematics is easy. So meiosis is a contiguous diseases. Physics is complicated. So all this it may looks like plural, but it is a singular word. So we have to use singular form of the word. The next, the words like scissors, tweezers, trousers, jeans and chairs all looks like singular, but that is a plural form. So here in the sentence, the scissors are sharp. So why? Because these things are plural. It have a part. It made up of two parts. So it is called it is a plural. It is a plural form. So we have to use a plural form of the verb. So here in the sentence, the scissors are sharp. The scissors may looks like a singular, but it is a plural subject, and we have to use a plural form of the verb. And my pants need to be washed. And one of and pair of the exceptional cases here, one of always should have a subject of plural and it follows by the singular verb. So why? The one of is considered as one of is always followed by a plural noun. So one of my friends, even though my friends is a plural word, the one of is there, that should be that we have to use a singular form of verb. One of and pair of is exceptional cases here. One of and pair of in the sentence, the subject should be in the plural and the verb should be in the singular form. Here it is declared that. So one of my friends is plural, but still we have one of, so we should use a singular form, that is has gone. One of my friends has gone to abroad. And pair of again a pair of, where we have said the scissors, the shoes, or these things have two parts, but still here in the pair of, the word pair of when applied in the sentences, which is considers the components always thought as a one together, so we have to use a singular form. If we are using a pair of scissors or pair of shoes, that we should for that subject we should use a singular form of the verb. Here a pair of shoes cost is a singular form of the verb because it's applied with a pair of. So singular words, such as luggage, baggage, staff, deed and information are singular words where we cannot make it as a plural words like furnitures, packages, information. So singular words such as luggage, furniture, dear, staff and information are always as a singular words. We cannot make it as a plural form. So we cannot make it as a plural form like luggages or furnitures. It always plays, it will always stays as a singular, and it conveys a meaning of singular and as well as the whole unit. So here in the sentence we brought a lot of furniture. Even though lot of is used, the furniture is a singular one. It is also conveyed a message of even it can also be a singular as well as in the plural, and depends on the sentence. And the furniture should be in a singular. We should not add s and make it as a plural. And staff, we commit error with the word staff. So the staffs, it is not staff, the staff, the whole unit is called it a staff, even one staff is called it a staff. So it plays both ways as a singular as well as in the plural. The staff gathered for the meeting. And the next, the plural words such as police, cattle, people, children or all the plural forms. Even here we cannot make it as the words like polices or peoples. This is conveys a plural word. Here are some examples are: the police are in the search of criminals. The police is a plural subject, so we should use a plural form of the verb. Here in the next sentence, a policeman, here we can identify referring to a single person, so I used here as a singular form of the verb. The policeman is searching the criminals, referring to a single individual. So we can, if the word police comes, that is plural. If it is referring to an individual policeman, we can use as a singular form of the verb. And the collective nouns are like class, team, group, army, audience. So these words are in the sentences. It depends on the sentence the verb is used. If it is emphasized on a single unit, it is emphasized on a whole unit, we can use singular form of the verb. If it is emphasized on the particular individual, the members of the group, the members who is acting in the group, we can use it as a singular, plural. Here in the sentence, the class was dismissed. Here the class is considered as a whole unit, so we are using as a singular verb the whole group. So we are using a singular verb here. The next sentence, the class are presenting their report in this week. Here the class, every individual in the class has to present their report in the week. So it depends on the sentence. The collective nouns are subjected. The collective nouns of the sentence place emphasized on a whole group, we can use a singular form. If it emphasizes on an individual in a group, we can use a plural form of the verb. Next, expressions quantity or quantity expressions of quantity, distance or the period of time if we have in a sentence. So again, it may depends on the sentence, it varies the verb. So if it is saying, if they thought this, the whole unit, if the whole unit is the singular form is used. If they are countables or separate units, we have to use a plural form of the word. For an example, 10 kilometers is not a long distance. Here the 10 kilometer is considered as a whole unit, so we are used here in the singular verb. And here the 3 kilometers of the road are very bad in condition. So here the 3 kilometers, here it is what particularized, it was separated, so we have to use the plural form of the verb. So titles, organizations or the countries. So here in the titles, the title of the subject or the organization names or in the country. The title, when we are using the title of the book, the singular subject should be replaced. And here for an example, Murder in the Rue Morgue is an intriguing mystery. Here in the sentence, Murders in the Rue Morgue is a title of the book, and here the verb is used, an intriguing mystery. And the Seven Sisters, again the Seven Sister is the title of the book, so we have to use a singular form because the title of the books and the organization names and the countries, we have these words in a sentence, we should use a singular form. The last sentence states that the United States is working hard for a world peace. Here in the sentence, the United States is a country name, so we have to use a singular form of the verb and working hard for the country, for the world peace. And noun ending in ing, the nouns which are ends in ing form, so that is also plays a subject, the role of subject. For an example, learning. So if the noun is the verb is ends in ing and also it plays the role of subject, we have to use a singular form of the verb, and the verb is the subject is agrees with the singular form of the verb. Here the learning to drive is an exciting experience. Here the learning, the verb is ends with ing, but this is considered as a subject. Learning to drive is an is. Here is a verb we have used as a singular form because the verb, the subject or the verb is ends with ing form, ends with an ing form, that is considered as a subject, and these subjects are followed by the singular form of the verb. And building wooden tables was my dad's favorite hobby. So building is a verb is ends with an ing and it also plays a role of subject, and so we have to use a singular form of the verb. So here we have seen so many examples of the subject and the verb, how the verb is agrees with the subject and the subject is agrees with the verbs. So as I told before, the subject and the verb are the pillars of the sentence. So if we place the subject and the verb in the right place, definitely the rest of the making of the rest of the sentence is not a big task. Always what we do is as an ESL learner who is making error in the framing of the subject and the verb. So if we are identifying errors, these errors may be rectified in the next problems. And here, tell me I forget. If I am telling you something, with the period of time, definitely I may forget. Teach me, I remember. If I taught something to my students, I can remember what all the portions I have taught. And involve me, I learn. Here is the last phrase is always practiced in our practiced and happens in our class. Make this ESL learner to involve them, only then they can learn the language. Unless involving in a particular matter, definitely we couldn't learn. Discussed in the PowerPoint, I have some of examples to discussed in the board, because this may be much effective rather than I lecture in the way of the PowerPoint. The same thing, the subject and the verb, the both has to be agrees. The subject of the sentence should be a subject and the verb, the sentence or the pillars. If they place in the right place, definitely the sentence will come out very well. So fine, the subject, the singular subject plays a singular verb, in plural subject plays a plural verb. Here Rose is a singular subject, so I have to use a singular verb here, that is rose is, or we can use a singular, this is we call it as a B form verb, or else we can also make a verb rose smells good. here in the sentence, rose is a singular, a rose is a singular subject, and smells a verb is a singular verb we are using here, and it was good. So the next sentence, if the plural subject carries a plural verb, roses. Roses is a plural subject which carries a plural verb, that is smell. Here the verb is smell, which it says a plural form because the subject is in the plural subject, so we have to use a plural form of the verb. Roses smell good. Yes, so roses smell good. The plural subject, so it carries a plural verb. So next, if the two subjects combined by and, so we have to use a plural form of the verb. For an example, Raju and Somu or good friends. Here Raju is a subject 1 and Somu is subject 2. So we have two subjects. So the two subjects combined by and. If the two subject is combined by and, the verb agrees with a plural form. If we have two subject or two and more subjects, if we have two and more subjects combined by and, we should use a plural form of the verb. And so the same thing in a common words, if the two subjects or the two nouns referring to a single person, we have to use a singular form of the verb. For an example, my guide here, my guide and friend. So my guide and friend is my father. Here the father is one subject who is playing two roles. Number one is guide, number two is a friend. So the father is playing two roles here, one is guide, other one is friend. So the two, if we have if the two subjects are referring to a same thing as single one, the singular verb is used. Suppose my guide and my friend. So here my guide is a one subject, subject 1, this is subject 2. So my guide and my friend, so there are two persons. So here we have to use a plural form of the verb, that is my guide and my friend. No, here no is a plural word we are used here, know the secret. Is my guide and my friend. So guide is a one subject and friend is another subject and referring to a two different person. So we used a plural form of the verb here. Plural form of the verb here. In the sentence before, I have said that my guide and here I didn't specify the word my because the both subjects are refer to a single person, so that I didn't refer that. So for referring to a two individual persons, the qualities, the specification should be there in each noun. if the words are combined with either or, neither nor, or not. For an example, either Suresh nor Ramesh has come for the meeting. Here in the sentence, either and nor is used, and the subject of, we have a subject 1 and the subject 2. Either, which is we understood that either Suresh or Ramesh, any one of them may go to the meeting, that is we consider as a singular. So either nor, neither nor, or nor, we used in a sentence, we should use we should have used a singular form of the verb. Suppose either nor is used, but these two things are singular, but if we have a plural subject, either Suresh nor his friends. So here his friends is a plural word. Either Suresh is a singular or his friends. So when the subject is in the plural, which is nearby the verb, we should use a plural form of the verb. So have come. Here we have to use the word have because the subject, the nearer subject is in the plural form, so we have to use have here. So that is a plural form of the verb here. The next, indefinite pronouns like each, every, everybody, nobody, somebody, somebody, and something, everything, no one, nothing. So these singular indefinite pronouns are always follows with the singular form of the verb. For an example, everybody wants leave. Here in the sentence, everybody plays a role of singular. This subject is called, it is a singular subject, so we have to use a singular verb. So the same way, someone has come, so someone has broken the chair. So in the sentence, someone has broken. Here in the sentence, someone is considered as a singular subject, so we have to use a singular form of the verb. So it is used as has broken. So very few indefinite pronouns like a few or several, many, these pronouns are always in a plural form. So here in the sentence, many have invited for the party. Have invited. Many is considered as a plural subject. So we are using a plural form of the verb is have invited. But a few are sure to come. Here in the sentence, a few, again a few is a plural subject, so we are using a plural verb. However, that any of the two, Lekha and Lakshmi have informed me that both are coming. So here again both is a plural subject, so we should use a plural form of the verb. So plural form of the verb. It is understood that very few indefinite pronouns are like a few or few and many and both or several should come in the should place a plural form of the verb. Again, some indefinite pronouns are like many, more, more, most, more, most, all, some, any. These indefinite pronouns either may come in the either it may come in the singular form or else in the plural form. It depends on the sentence. So if it is also having the prepositional phrase. In the prepositional phrase helps that the subject is singular or the plural. So for an example, most of the trees or the most of the trees are dying. Here the word most, we have the prepositional phrase or of the, and here is the subject trees telling that this is plural. So this is plural as well as this is countable. So countable plurals. So which are countable, they are considered as a plural, and we have to use a plural form of the verb. The verb should be in the plural form. So for an example, so here in the sentence, none of the snow is melted. Here the snow is considered as an uncountable, so we have to use a singular form of the verb. So these indefinite pronouns either may come in the singular subject or else in the plural subject. It depends on the subject. It depends on the prepositional phrase and the subject. If the subject or the countable should follow the plural form of the verb, and the uncountable should follow the singular form of the verb. Next, so some subjects are like a luggage. Some singular subjects or luggage. Staff, the information, or these are all the singular subject. It will not and never come in a plural form as like a luggages or furnitures. So furnitures or luggages, it will not come in a plural form. It should come only in a singular form. It is also it will always conveys the message of a plural. We bought lot of furnitures. Here in the sentence, we bought a lot of furniture. Even though here a lot of we have, the furniture is considered as a singular form. We should not add as after this. It is only furniture. It conveys both the singular meaning as well as the plural meaning. And staff, again the staff is always comes as a singular. We should not use the word staffs. So it is only staff. Even a one staff we have to use as a staff with a group of staff, that is staff only. The staff gathered for the meeting. So again these words are always a singular. We cannot make it as a plural. So the words like police people and cattle, here the police people and the cattle, these words are livestock, these words are plural words. We cannot make it as a singular, and we cannot make as a plural of adding s. The police So the police is in search of the criminals. The police is a plural word. We will not add s to make as a plural. It is always a plural. It plays a role of plural, and it may be an indicating an individual, referring to a particular individual. We can make the sentence like a policeman searching the criminals. Here in the sentence, the policeman, we refer to a single individual, so we can make it as a policeman. So always the police people, cattle, or always a plural form we can make as a plural form. The words like scissors, trousers, tears, jeans, these things all looks like a singular, but there are plural because it is made up of two parts. So we have to use a plural form of the verb. For an example, scissors or cast high. Yes, the scissors are the scissors are very sharp. Here in the sentence, scissors may looks like a plural, but looks like a singular, but it is a plural form of the verb. The plural form of the verb should be used. Yes, if we have a pair of in the beginning, a pair of, it is understood that is conveying the thought, the whole thought, the unit. So if we have a pair of shoes cost high. Here I have used cost as a singular word because the pair of is here. The pair of shoes cost high because the pair of is considered as a whole unit. So we have to use this as a singular subject. We consider this as a singular subject. The singular verb should be used. The collective nouns are like class, group, committee, army, audience. These are all call it as in collective nouns. Again, in the collective nouns, it depends on the sentence. The verb form is changed. If the collective nouns are emphasized on the whole group, the collective noun is emphasized on the whole group, a singular form is used. For an example, the class was dismissed. Here in the sentence, the class is considered as the whole. The whole class was dismissed. The class is considered as a whole. So we are used as a singular verb. A singular verb form is used. The class was dismissed because we consider as it emphasizes on the whole unit, and the class or submitting Reports. The class or submitting report. Each and every one in the class have to submit the report on the day. So this here, this class is considered as every individual, the part of the individual part, referring to an every individual. Here we use a plural form. Here it is in a singular, here it is in a plural, because it is emphasized on the whole group. Here it is emphasized on the every individual. So we have to use a plural form of the verb here. So next the words like words ending with ing, words ends with an ing, verb plus ing, that sometimes is considered as a subject. For an example, so learning to drive is an interesting event here. The learning, the verb plus ing, verb is considered, the verb is ends with ing, but it may take it as a subject. Learning to drive is, here the verb is used because the verb ends with ing, it follows, it always agrees with the singular form of the verb. So the learning to drive is an interesting event. So here the verb ends with an ing form, that is that is the beginner of the sentence. We consider that as a subject, and the verbs ending with an ing, the subject is agrees with the singular form of the verb. So I have taught the rules in the form of a PPT and as well as in the way of the board teaching. It may give you the picture, the pictorial effect of the subject, how the subject is agreed with the verb is agreed with the subject. So both the subject or the verb or the place, and if it sets in a right tone in the right of the sentence, the rest of the sentence we can make it easily. So we have taken effort of learning. The learning effectively, it is not at all a matter, and teaching interestingly, it is always matter. It's always matter. So the subject, verb and the agreement always having some other examples with the form of a preposition and the articles. But let us see to in the next class. Thank you.